inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher, unlock the fire in you, cause real women don't bitch, no, real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, Auguste Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Welcome back. Let's talk affirmations, because that's the thing, right? Journaling, meditation, affirmation, praying, all of these things you're supposed to do to get your mind and your spirit in the right place, to be ready to receive, to allow the law of attraction to really work for you. That's what we do it for, right? We do it so we can have a sound peace of mind and we can begin to operate in life according to what we desire. That's what we tell ourselves. I happen to deal with individuals all the time who they don't have their own personal affirmations, and they go around saying things and they wonder why nothing is working for them. And one of the things that I do that I know is extremely powerful is I teach people how to create their own affirmation, and not just a one-liner, not just a couple of quick sentences, but to actually create an affirmation that's really more of a declaration for what they want. And I am going to enjoy sharing with you over the course of the next week a couple of assignments, and I want you to do them. And I would love to see what your affirmation ultimately comes out to be. Let me explain to you why I do this. I see people say stuff all the time with no results. And when they're building their business, when it gets tough, they'll say stuff like, oh, if it was easy, anybody would do it. And that's why they still have a little bit of fight in them. But then this time comes around where they stop fighting, they disappear, they potentially go on sabbaticals, and not for real sabbaticals, like I have to disappear for a second because I'm embarrassed, things aren't working out in my business. And so maybe if I just step away and do some self-care or something like that, all of a sudden I'm going to come back and magically reappear and everything is going to work out, like level disappearing. And that's because the words that they were saying to themselves, they hadn't actually taken root, because eventually it does get so hard that they stop doing it. And that whole thing, if it was easy, everybody would do it, doesn't carry the same amount of weight. And I have even seen this happen on a spiritual perspective. It's like a person quoting the Bible and saying, I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. But what ends up happening is that when things don't work out, those same people will say, well, maybe it just wasn't in God's plan for me to do that. And this is why that didn't work. And what I want to do is I want to help you fortify your mind so strongly that you don't allow yourself to quit. You don't allow yourself to stop no matter what. I created the affirmation challenge to help you do this. Now, there's a couple of things I want you to take into consideration. A lot of people have said, it isn't what you say, but it's how you say it. Well, that's not true. It's what you say and it's how you say it. And what I want you to think about, are you really speaking the best words over your life and over your business? What's really taking camp in your mind, and what slips out in the heat of those moments when you don't really have time to think? Because a lot of us, we're really crafty when we get ready to say something and we have a chance to think it out. But when those heat of the moment experiences come, then all of a sudden we say some things, and a person like me will say, did you say you're going to try? Or what was that? Or like one of my clients one day said that someone else heard her say my small practice, and the person was like, hey, don't dumb down your business. Do you say words that are actually counterproductive and counterintuitive to where you want to go? And if that's the case, what I want to do with you is I want to help take you through these exercises so that you can begin to speak over your own life exactly what it is that you were created to do. To help you all go along this process, you're more than welcome to go to the website, realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com, and go and get your free copy of all of this. I'll email you all of these questions to help you out. But the first assignment for this affirmation challenge is going to require you to do what's called the I can, therefore I will statement. One of the first things that you need to think about is, what do you want to do and why do you want to do it? And do you really have the ability to do it, so that you can affirm the fact that you're supposed to do so? It's like, for instance, if you're the kind of person that is, hey, I need you to make the dressing for Thanksgiving dinner. I need you to be the one to bake the cake for the birthday party. If you're the one that's always called on because you make these mouth-watering meals, then you are made to cook. And if it just so happens to coincidentally be your desire to own your own restaurant, then you need to be able to say, I can cook, therefore I will run my own catering company, therefore I will own my own restaurant. A lot of you don't really ever take the time to think about, hey, why do I want to do this? And what qualities do I possess that prove that I can do it? And I don't mean qualities such as in certifications and degrees. I don't need you to look for any external accolades. I'm talking about just taking the time to look at you, your core essence, who you are as a human being, what has shown you or proven to you that you're the person who should be taking on this task. Like myself, I have always been that individual that, whether it was at a church, a program at a school, some type of organization or event, that when I would speak, people would be like, oh my God, you were amazing. And I'm so inspired. And here now, me, for instance, doing this podcast, never doubted whether or not I would be able to do it. It was a question of whether or not I wanted to do it, if I thought it was something I should do. But as far as speaking is concerned, I've never doubted my abilities ever since I've gotten into this online arena. I'm like, if you give me an opportunity, I'm going to take it. Because my nature is bold and I know that I'm an articulate woman, then I have that power. And I possess it and I know it, and I speak that over myself. I don't look at other people and see who does or doesn't speak better. I don't over critique myself. I just know that there's something beautiful about what I've been blessed with, and I have high expectations for me to operate in a gift that I possess. And that's the same thing I want you to do. So your journaling assignment, if you're really interested in taking this to the next level, is I want you to answer a couple of questions. And one of them is, I want you to write down, what are all of these reasons why you want to pursue your dream? Why do you want to do what you're doing? And that why may be rooted in how you feel. It may be rooted in how you see other people feel. It could be because of something that you want, but I want you to explore it all. I want you to write all of it out and get it out of your system, because sometimes we don't even really think about why we're doing what we're doing. We just do it. And that takes away from the power. That takes away the power behind why we do what we do. This is one of the reasons why writing things down is important. The second thing I want you to do is write down all the reasons why you can. Like I said, don't say you can. Don't get me wrong. You can say I would be a great business owner because I have a business administration degree. But once again, even though you can journal all of that stuff out, I want you to write down why you know that you can do it just based off of who you are alone. What is this innate ability inside of you? It's like if you want to design clothing, you may have a natural knack and a natural flair for being able to put stuff together. You're the one that someone says, hey, I got this event going on. Well, people will say to you, please come with me so that I can have the perfect outfit. Now, you may not be able to sew very well, but you are the kind of person that you're a quick study and you learn well. These are things that you want to write down to encourage yourself to say that I can do this. And these are the reasons why. The third thing I want you to do is I want you to write down all the reasons why it's necessary for you to pursue your dream. And this is a big one. And sometimes if you're not doing something like feeding starving children, you may not necessarily see why it's necessary. But I just want you to think about the person that's on the receiving end of this gift that you have, whether it is cooking or designing clothes, being a coach, whatever it is, somebody really needs it. It's like a person who owns a restaurant. You may have this experience that when a couple comes there because they had reservations, even though they may have had a awful fight before they came to your establishment, because of the ambiance in the place, their entire mood shifted. Don't ever take for granted that whatever this gift is inside of you that you want to use, that it doesn't have a high level of value. The person that's on the receiving end of it appreciates it a lot. It's like a romantic relationship. Some women may like to receive flowers. Some may like foot rubs. Some may like cuddling. Others may like extravagant trips to places. And whatever it is, the point that I'm making is that it's all about what's valuable to the receiving person. So why is it necessary that you pursue your dream? Once you do all of this and you write it out, I want you to pull the core out of this statement. And for instance, when I first started, I said that I can help people with their confidence and mindset. Therefore, I will be a personal development coach. Just a simple statement that you know somewhere you have written down some very powerful justifications behind why you can do it. And you want to know what I want you to do between now and when you listen to the next segment? I want you to consistently say this to yourself. I can help people with their confidence and mindset. Therefore, I will be a personal development coach. Whatever your statement is, that's what I want you to do. And over the course of this challenge, you're going to continue to say that, and you're going to continue to add to it, and you're going to be saying something that is rooted in truth because of who you are. It isn't a statement that some other guru said. It isn't something that you can pass off and say, oh, well, it worked for them because, but this is the reason why it didn't work for me. You are creating an affirmation that has soul ties. I hope that makes perfect sense to you so that you can understand the power of where this is going to go. So I can help you and get you through this by talking you through it here on the podcast. However, I strongly suggest that you go ahead and head over to the website, click the link, get the opt-in, start getting all of these messages, and it expounds on it even further in the emails, and do these journaling exercises. And I would love it. I would absolutely love it if you respond to the emails. I love to see individuals' affirmations actually come to life as they're going through the process. With that being said, I'm going to close this segment out because you have some homework to do. I'm on a mission, you guys, and that mission is to empower as many entrepreneurs as possible on the planet so that you can walk in your gift and bless the people that you were intended to bless. That's all for today. I'll see you again tomorrow with part 2.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is Real Women Don't Bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless, signing out. Deuces!
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar.